Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. We are nearing the end of 2020. I know it's been a crazy year, and we are about to enter a new year, 2021. Around this time is a lot of people are thinking that they're going to be setting their New Year's resolutions. So if you're listening to this podcast, chances are you might have a New Year's resolution related to your health, your wellness, your fitness. I'll never forget my New Year's resolutions for so long when I was a teenager was always about losing weight. Like always. It was just for years. That's all I knew. I would look up all these different, meal plans and magazines. I would write out my own kind of plan. I would kind of create this whole schedule, this whole calendar. I had all these ideas. I would kind of just tell myself, like, I'm just going to have, egg whites and vegetables for breakfast and lunch. And then, maybe I'll have whatever my family has for dinner. I would come up with like the most ridiculous things that sometimes it wasn't even like following a diet. It was just like something that, I was going to create and I was going to do, and I was going to work out twice a day, and I was going to do this because, I would lose weight that way. Oh God. And looking back now, I really was doing more damage than good. And I was working harder, not smarter. And I know that now, but maybe you don't, and that's okay. That's why you're listening here. And so I want to just say thank you so much for listening. And I really hope that this episode just inspires you to approach your New Year's resolution a little bit differently. It's definitely a weird year. And the thing that I'm going to, I might be letting you down a little bit. It might be hard to hear, but I'm going to let you. What I'm going to share in my thoughts is that, a lot of people are saying like 2020 has been the worst year. I can't wait for 2021. But like everything that's going on with the pandemic is still going to be going on January 1st. Like December 31st, 2020, January 1st, 2021, things are going to be the same. Not much is going to change. The only thing that can change and will change is what you want to change. So the best way to make 2021 your year is to claim it as your year. And the best way to create and become something that you want to do is to plan and prepare. So meaning you're starting now. You're taking action now. You're not waiting for a new year to get motivated. You're not saying, oh, you know what, I'll wait till after the holidays before I start, worrying about what I'm eating and exercising and all of the things that you've associated with health, right? You're not waiting. Why? Because if you can't learn to eat healthy and balanced around the holidays, then whatever plan you're trying to follow clearly is not a reliable, sustainable, and healthy plan. So we need to look at this as an opportunity to, navigate the holidays, navigate the emotions, look at these as opportunities, as added challenges, but we can still do it. You can still make room for Christmas cookies. You can still have latkes if you celebrate Hanukkah, right? You can still have leftovers, and I'm sure there's so many other traditions and holidays that I probably am not recognizing. I apologize, but there's just so many other things that I'm sure you're celebrating something, and food is part of it, and you can still have that, right? But it's learning how to have it in a balanced way and in a way that feels good to you. So in a way that you don't feel super deprived, and also in a way that's not like, oh my God, I had way too much. Okay. And it's learning how to do that. So I hope that this message that you're hearing right now it's not on accident, right? I hope it's on purpose. It is on purpose. You're not listening to this on accident. You are meant to hear this right now. I want you to stop waiting. Stop waiting for that magical fairy dust to fly over. Stop waiting for motivation to come. It really is very flaky. It comes and goes, right? And just start. just get started. I was reading this quote. Every day I have a quote calendar, and this quote came up yesterday, and I was just like, wow. All right, so I'm just going to share it with you. It's by Christina Rossetti. She says, "Can anything be sadder than work left unfinished? Yes, work that's never begun." And I just I don't know, that, I don't know why that really just got me, but it's so sad because so many people just put their dreams on hold. So whether you're listening to this because your New Year's resolution is about getting yourself healthy and fit, and maybe you have gotten started, but you never really finished, but probably because the plan you were on was just not sustainable. But either way, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe you have really gone about it in a healthy way, but you got in your own way for whatever reason. And you didn't finish. Make 2021 the year that you finish, okay? And if you didn't start, make 2021 the year that you start, okay? There was another quote that came up, and this was today's quote. So this quote calendar, I don't know who it's by, but it's pretty awesome. But this quote was by Bo Bennett, and Bo Bennett said, "A dream becomes a goal when action is taken towards its achievement." So you can dream and hope and wish and do all the things, but until you actually take the action required to achieve that goal, it will remain a dream, okay? So I need you to stop waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for New Year's. Stop waiting for tomorrow. Stop waiting. And you to take action today. And it can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. If you focus on the little things, the little details, and just work on literally one thing at a time. You think about it right now. What is one thing that you could be doing better with your nutrition? Think about it. What is one thing? And if you really don't know where to start, I'll give you examples. It could be trying to drink more water. It could be making half of your plate vegetables or having fruit for a snack. It could be adding more lean proteins to your meals. Obviously it depends on your goals and what you're working on, right? But just if you really just focus on one thing at a time, if it helps, if you need to kind of write out all the things that you think you need to do, kind of brain dump it out, all the areas of your nutrition that you think you need improvement on, brain dump it out. And then go back and maybe circle what I call the lowest hanging fruit. So probably one or two things that you're you know what, that's actually pretty easy. For example, if I just drink water through a straw, I'm more likely to drink it. Or if I just try to finish this one big water bottle, that's going to help me get my water goal. Or maybe it's adding more vegetables. And you're you know what, if I just buy the vegetables, I'll eat the veggies. And if I maybe set aside some time on Sundays to just prep a couple of them, it'll be a lot easier for me to add them to my meals. So think of it like that. It's really that simple. We don't have to overcomplicate it. At the same time, I understand we live in a society where nutrition has become complicated because of society and just all of the mixed messages you've been giving. And if you really, really, really don't know where to start, I still want you to write out that list. I still want you to write out all the things that you think you need to improve. And you can send it to me. You can email me, tipswithtony@gmail.com. You can message me on Instagram at tips_with_Tony with an I. And I will look at it and I will kind of probably ask you a few questions back and forth just to get an understanding of your lifestyle. And together we can decide what you're going to work on. What's the first thing you're going to work on? You're going to master that. You'll come back to me and we'll go to something else. Okay? Listen to me when I say 2021 can be and will be and is your year if you make it your year. And every year after that. Let's make 2021 the final year that you make having to lose weight or get healthy or get fit, your New Year's resolution, right? Let's make this the last year, because the goal would be to get it so habitual to you and so in your lifestyle that your relationship with food is healed. You know what foods feel good to you. Your movement feels good to you. You're just living a healthy lifestyle. And so that way, come 2022, you can make a New Year's resolution that's focused on things that are so much more important in life. Meaning, like, if you've been wanting to start a side hustle, start a business. If you've been wanting to, donate your time or start a nonprofit. If you've been wanting to just not worry about your food anymore and focus on maybe your finances or your relationships with your loved ones. There's so much more to life than just obsessing over food and trying to lose weight. You're not put on this earth to lose weight and pay bills. That is what most people live for, is to figure out, how do I get out of debt and how do I lose weight? And let me tell you, the sooner that you realize that you don't need money to be happy and you don't need to be at a certain weight to be happy, the faster you'll be happy. And the closer you'll get to actually working on the things that actually matter, like feeling good, regardless of what the scale says, right? Appreciating what you have, regardless of what's in your bank account, right? These are really important lessons that I hope are coming through to you clearly. And I hope that you know that you have all the power in the world to achieve. You just gotta have the right mindset. And you do need to have the right support system. So if you're struggling and you do want my help with this, I'd be more than happy to help you to create an abundant, food freedom filled, just awesome life for 2021. I want to make it the year that it's your final year that you struggle with food, your relationship with food, and you struggle with body image, and you struggle with fights with the scale. I want to help you unlearn a lot of those old behaviors, that old mindset, and relearn some really healthy and helpful ones. So if that sounds like you, if you're interested in making 2021 your year, your last and final year of making your nutrition plan part of your New Year's resolution, definitely go to www.tipswithtony.com/coaching. There's a video about my program there. Watch that video, fill out the application below it, and I will schedule a discovery call with you to see if you are a good fit for that one-on-one coaching. All right, guys, that is it from me today. Thank you so much for listening. As always, I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.